Hi guys, Ren here and welcome to the temporary workshop. Apologies for the long delay from the previous video. Unfortunately, or fortunately maybe, things have been very busy, so I didn't have much time to put these videos together. And today I'm going to talk about my Venge or the Venge in general. From the last time I checked in, many things have changed. As you can see, the Shimano Groupset and roll wheels, the new Rapids on there. But I'm going to talk about them in more detail in a different video. Today I want to talk about the frame set itself. So as I'm sure most of you are aware, Specialized have now discontinued the Venge and now they're offering the Tarmac SL7. I'm not going to lie, I knew about this change for a couple of weeks before the release already, when I pre-ordered my Tarmac SL7 frames and some for some of my customers as well. So it's not a big surprise. I think it kind of makes sense because the new bike is, well, generally almost as aerodynamic, while a good chunk lighter, but we'll see about that when it arrives. This bike though, as I have it now, I think is the best road bike I ever had in this particular configuration. And the Venge itself generally is an extremely good frame set. The reason I'm making this video is just to pay a little bit of a tribute to it and explain why it has become so popular, or at least with my customers it was. Because this year I've sold and built more Venge frame sets or bikes with Venge frames than all the rest combined. So why is that? Well, it's an aero bike and it's a flat area, so it's what most people choose naturally. But why don't they choose other aero bikes like the Time Machine Road or the Trek Madone, for example? Well, it's because the Venge is, and also the reason why I chose it is because it's the best all-around bike of all of them. Many of these bikes are fast and aero and stiff, but they're also complicated and heavy in most cases, which the Venge is not. This bike, as pictured here, even with the computer attached, 7.2 kilos, so 400 grams still over the UCI weight limit. Hopefully the Tarmac will get closer to that. But yeah, pretty rounded package overall, and it's fast. It's been tested to be very fast, aerodynamically speaking, so it has it all. It has the handling, it has the comfort, it has the speed, the stiffness, everything you need from a race bike. So really I'm curious to see if the Tarmac will improve on that. Hopefully, or most probably it will. But anyway, let's have to wait and see. What I have here now is a size 52 frame set also. So probably not the most widespread size. Usually these aero bikes go in larger sizes. So this one is lighter because of that still, and also it has basically no paint on it. It also makes it very light, but the Tarmac will be available in a similar finish. Now, what are the drawbacks in my book of this frame design? What can be improved and what has been improved with the new bike and what hasn't? So let's start with the group set. This bike, same as the new bike, is only taking electronic group sets. I think that's a good move in terms of high-end bikes, because on those you wouldn't use mechanical anyway, and it just adds a whole lot of complication if you want to include that. So it's worth yeah, just leaving out. The good thing, if you're riding Shimano, is that the bike doesn't use the standard bar and plug junction box in a standard location. Instead, it's housed in a seat post. It's the same on the Shift TT It's the same on the Venge, same on the SL7. It's a good thing because if you want to adjust it mid-ride, or if you want someone from a car adjust it from behind while riding, it's much safer. If you tug on the handlebars while riding, you're going to crash. Simple as that. Even if you do it yourself. So that's good. One problem with this setup, however, is well, even the Durace shifters only have 2 cable entry points. And the problem this creates is that you don't have a space to add sprint shifters anymore, which is a bit of a shame, to be honest. The reason is that since the junction box is there, the cable goes down to the bottom bracket, then there's the B junction. Cable goes up to one shifter, and then one more cable goes to the other shifter. So on one of the levers, inherently, 2 of the ports are taken. So yeah, of course you could have still a one-sided satellite shifter, but that kind of kills the point, right? So that's one complaint I have found. One issue I had was a little bit of a flex and brake rub that is present on the smaller sizes. On the larger sizes of the frame, the fork is stiffer, so customers didn't really have problems with that. Although with these new Rapid wheels, it's completely solved, so I'm glad about that. Then one sticky point, the bottom bracket. Now this frame set still uses the BB30 standard as per in the old Specialized days. Although it has an aluminum sleeve, it can be made to work very well. I have a ceramic speed thread together unit which solves the creaking issues and general instability and reliability issues. But since it uses a whole lot of material, because there are large cups, large bearings, and then there's the threaded bit in the middle, it's all kind of massive and heavy. So instead of saving weight with press fit, you're just adding more to it. So this is I think a good step in a good direction, moving to threaded bottom bracket. I have it on the Shift TT already. It's a bliss. So that's good. The rest of the frame, basically no faults there. The seat post doesn't slip. Some people had issues with the Tormach SL6 seat post slipping. I never heard of anyone complaining about the Venge. Same seat post head arrangement. These are all well thought out designs. One thing I would like to see, but I don't think, or well, maybe it is, I'm not really sure right now, but the front mech mount on this one is not removable, it's riveted. So if I remember correctly, then the SL7 makes that removable, so that's a nice touch. Then another thing I have added, and I think this should come with every frame, because for example the BMC does, is the rear mech hanger. Now a standard one is included, but if you look at the parts catalog, there's actually a direct mount version, even though I didn't really see anyone using it too much. Even the pro teams, which in other bike manufacturers, they all do. It's kind of weird. It's widely available and it's just better, cleaner, stiffer, lighter, simpler. Anything you want. Yeah, so it would be nice if they included both with the frame sets. But it's really a minor thing. Yeah, true axles. They're both nicely designed, they're staying. So yeah, all really good. I'll be curious to see if it generally will be an improvement, because I really love this bike in particular as it is now. And one final thing that I was hoping for Specialized to change was the availability issues. Currently, where I'm at, I have pre-ordered the frames, I think around a month ago. They're not here, and it's causing me problems because this frame already sold and paid for by a customer. So I have to, well, send it over. And since I have races coming up, I now need to completely disassemble this bike, disassemble my girlfriend's BMC. She was kind enough to let me use it for the races, and set it up completely from scratch since I have no other bike to race on and train on. Yeah, inconvenient. Yeah, hoping for this to change in the future. It's been a crazy year, but Specialized have always had troubles with deliveries. Curiously, the Rowell wheels, also a new release, they arrived pretty quickly, but there are shortages in the handlebars, with the stems, etc. So also, if you mentioned the Shift TT, I waited 7 months for this bike, also not ideal. So yeah, what can you do? The demand is high, the production numbers are limited, so it is what it is. Okay, so I hope you have found this useful and was able to gather some information from this video. If you want to know more about the bike setups that I use for my training and racing, or the bikes that I build for my customers, then don't forget to tune into the channel later on and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.